Hey everyone, welcome to The Zest, the official podcast of Orange Coast Magazine. I'm Chelsea Ranieri, and today's guest is a celebrity trainer who has worked with Kris Jenner, Reese Witherspoon, and Alanis Morissette, and is also the founder of Barre Definition, the #1 bar and fitness app. Oh, let me start over. Hey everyone, welcome to The Zest, the official podcast of Orange Coast Magazine. I'm Chelsea Ranieri, and today's guest is a celebrity trainer who has worked with Kris Jenner, Reese Witherspoon, and Alanis Morissette, and is also the founder of Barre Definition, the #1 bar and Pilates fitness app for women. She's also a former ballerina, as well as a former NBA dancer for the Clippers and the Lakers. Thank you so much for being here today, Jacquelyn Umof.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here.
Of course. I am obsessed with Pilates, Legree, and bars what started it all for me. So I am so excited to dive into your story.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Well, you've said that your love for movement started when you were young, attending musicals and being in awe of the dancers, which I sat front row for the Nutcracker last year and can completely understand. But what do you remember about that early spark?
I just always loved ballerinas and the way they move. They always look so beautiful and graceful and confident and strong. I just loved, I loved watching gymnastics. I don't know. I was just obsessed with it. I just loved watching the way that you can move your body and what's like the potential of it. You know, it's like watching these professionals thinking like, wow, okay, you can train your body to do something like this. So this is what's possible. So that always like really inspired me. And I thought it was so cool. I was just very drawn to it. I thought it was beautiful.
Definitely. Like when the ballerinas do the crazy like leaps, when it almost looks like they're just like floating in the air. I still don't understand how it all works. So I totally agree. But can you take us back to when you got your first pair of point shoes and how that kind of moment shaped your path towards becoming a ballerina?
Yeah. So we actually went to the Phantom of the Opera. Do you remember that musical?
Yeah.
My family, we were obsessed with this musical and we had seen it so many times. And I can't remember exactly, but somehow we got backstage passes or something. And you could buy their point shoes. There was like just one small scene in the beginning of the ballerinas with the point shoes. And I think my parents got me a pair. They used to sell their old shoes, their point shoes in the front, and as like a memorabilia thing or something. And then we got to go backstage. And so I had all the girls sign it. And I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. I remember I took them home and I was like trying to put them on and wear them. And obviously like I had no training or I had just started or something. And I was like, I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I want to learn how to use these shoes. And I remember it hurting. I'm like, I don't understand how they were dancing in these shoes. This just hurts so much. But I was like so determined and willing to get there and figure out how. And yeah, so that was like my first point shoe experience.
Yeah. So what was your training like? And what did ballet, I guess, teach you about beyond technique?
Yeah. I mean, I always attribute ballet to my sense of discipline and mastery. I think there's something about sticking with something for so long that you can master it. I think that has shown me in anything that I do that if you just stick with it, you know, you'll get there eventually. And the feeling of getting there is incredible. It's better than anything like, you know, so I think I've always taken that process of sticking with something, whether it's diet, whether it's movement, whether it's entrepreneurship, starting a business, you know, the person who wins is usually just the person who sticks with it the longest.
Yeah, that's so true. Did you ever like get down, like, did it always hurt in the point shoes or do you kind of get past that pain?
No, you definitely get past it. I mean, there's, yeah, I mean, I eventually I didn't feel anything, but to get there, I mean, I had tons of blisters on my feet and I just had to let them kind of get raw and hard. And eventually I didn't have to tape my toes anymore because they were just like all like hardened.
Yeah.
So gross. And I had like ingrown toenails and all this stuff that I had to get removed. But eventually, once I got through all that, then, you know, I put them on. I didn't feel anything. And then you learn how to train your body so that you're basically not putting any weight in your toes. You're using all of your muscles in your body so well that you are you are almost weightless on your toes. So it's that feeling of lift, of lightness, strength, and everything, which is an incredible feeling. I remember just like, especially like at the prime of my ballet days, just like you do feel like you're floating on your toes, and it's just like it felt great. I loved it.
Yeah. And also probably a flex because now you can wear whatever heels you want. But
Yeah, exactly. I do. I can wear high shoes. I have very strong ankles and feet.
God, that's honestly what a nice plus. Well, college you danced for the Clippers and the Lakers. So what was life like as a professional NBA dancer?
Yeah, it was super fun. It was so fun. I always think back, I'm like, I wish I didn't like stress out so much,
Oh, really?
yeah, just about like, not being late or not like making sure I got my moves correct or making sure that whatever, there was just
A lot of pressure though, it seems.
Huh?
It's a lot of pressure.
Oh my God, there's so much pressure and your spot is never guaranteed. They're constantly reminding you that like at any moment they can fire you. And once you make the team, you don't just like get to be on the team forever. You have to keep trying out again.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like I had so many friends that wouldn't make it back. And so it was just like so stressful, but I'm like, I wish I would have just let myself enjoy it, because when it was incredible too. I mean, to be able to be a professional dancer. I mean, it's hard to like make a living as a dancer. So be able to have a job where I could perform and dance and do all kinds of fun things and be at games. And then we did like the All-Star games and traveled, and it was incredible. It was so, so fun. I mean, it was a dream come true for sure.
Do you remember what that feeling was like walking out on your first time doing that?
Yeah, it was surreal. I mean, I was a USC song girl. And I had made that team. And so it was a similar feeling of just like, oh, wow, like I made it. Like, this is so cool. I'm like on the field, I'm just like smiling so big on the court. And I'm like, this is just so fun. Like, I just remember I kept smiling, and I love like getting the uniforms and trying on. Like, that was always my favorite part too, is getting the official uniform and like putting it on and just feeling so official. And but I think, it's just, but I did a lot of visualizing too. I just felt like I belonged there. So mentally, I think I prepared myself a lot, because you go to these auditions, there's like 1,000 girls, and you can easily mentally psych yourself out. And girls totally would, because they would be out there performing, auditioning, and they would totally blank, and you could see them just like get in their heads, and they get cut. So you got to mentally really stay strong when you're auditioning, and of course like when you're performing out there too.
Yeah, I feel like if I saw like a celebrity, like, because they're right in front of you, right, when you're dancing.
Yeah, they're usually all like courtside. Yeah,
that would trip me up. I'd have to be so focused to not let that affect me.
Yeah, I remember like for the All-Star game, like Beyonce was in the front the whole time, like with her big. She had like her big like heels. They were like so sparkly. I think they were like the Louis Vuittons, and they were. I was like, oh wow, like Beyonce is like literally right here. She's like clapping along, So that was cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. And she's like a professional dancer too, so like that must have been a trip.
Yeah.
But okay, so I read that you kind of launched your Instagram teaching people how to do the splits. And I love this because I was like ridiculed, because in my dance studio when I was a kid, I was the only one who could not do the splits. So I should go back and watch these videos just for my inner child. But how did you get started on that?
Yeah, I just started posting, pretty early on. And I just posted like beautiful photos on the beach. I'd go to the beach and do like a leap in the sunset. And, it sounds so simple, and I think simple sometimes is hard to achieve, but it was, really behind that photo was like years and years and years and years of me training, I took all these photos on the beach, and they just started to go viral. But then everyone was always like, how do I get flexible like you? How do I do that? And so I've always had an entrepreneurial mind. I've always thought, how do I make this sustainable for myself? Because, dance jobs just come and go. Mm-hmm. So I hated that. I always hated that. Also, I was like subject to someone hiring me auditioning. So I was always looking for ways to create some sort of business for myself. And so eventually I found a way to get these classes online because I was already teaching like Pilates and barre. I got certified in Pilates when I was 17. So I had been
Oh, wow.
teaching already. Yeah, I feel like I was doing Pilates like way before Pilates was a thing, and doing barre like way before barre was ever a thing. So I had been teaching. So I was pretty, experienced in teaching. And so I just figured out how to teach online. And I loved that so much more because I was like, oh, wow, I can make a video and this video is going to last forever and people can watch me from all over the world. And again, I was just exhausted from going in and teaching live classes. And I was like, I don't want to teach live classes. This is exhausting. If you have like one sick day, then you're not making any money. And I hated that. I'm like, I want to make money while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
So that's where I just started to like, okay, figure it out, started asking around, buying books, buying courses, like figured out how to like, grow this online business for myself. And so that's how it started.
Wow. That's incredible. Well, at what point did you realize that you were building more than a following, but like a movement?
Yeah, I guess I've never, I don't know. People say like I downplay myself. I don't know. I just feel like I just like to share what I do. Maybe it is a movement. I don't know, but I do think, I'm just really passionate about this. It's like what I love. It's what I know. And I think anytime you do something that you love and that you're really knowledgeable of, like I'll never stop learning. Like I have so many certifications of all different types of things now. Like I've gone into mobility and I've, of course, now with prenatal, postnatal, I've dove into all of the prenatal and postnatal exercises and how the body changes and all that. And I've just, I've just like done so many different types of certifications, even like spinning. I'm just like so curious. Like I just love the body and the way that it moves. So yeah, I think it's just, I've always wanted to just help people feel, like you said, like how you were watching and you're like, how do they just like look like they're just floating up in the air? And I just always want to help women feel good like that in their bodies, because I think that it's been such a gift for me to feel good. And I hate it when I hear women like talk bad about their bodies. And I'm like, that's so sad to be going through life like that. And you don't have to, and you can feel good. And I think movement is such an easy way for you to just immediately feel good. There's immediate effects. And then also there's like long-term effects as well, of course, of just creating longevity in the body and then confidence and strength and all these things. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. Before I started like doing barre, Pilates, all this degree, I didn't really like love working out until I found that. And the slower aspect of it, I feel like really helps just like slow you down mentally. And then also I feel like what you were saying, like it's the teachers that keep me coming back. The ones that like really like take the time to kind of get to know you. I had like an injury recently and they kept coming up to me every single class and like, how is it doing? Like, how can we help? So, yeah, that's such a great point. But, well, Barre Definition combines ballet inspired workouts and strength training. So how did you come up with this signature blend and what makes it different from other fitness platforms?
Yeah. So Barre Definition is my women's barre and Pilates app. I wanted to create something like a workout that was accessible for women who are, they don't have to be a dancer, but they want to feel like a dancer. They want to feel strong. They want to feel graceful. And of course, like the convenience aspect, they want to be able to do it from home quickly with minimal equipment. You're not driving to a gym or a studio. And then you're also not paying for, studio prices either. Because I know Pilates class now is like $40 a class, so at least in Orange County for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted it to be like a resource for women to have, like, for them to be able to do this, because you can't really find classes like this. So I wanted to bring this aspect to them. And I think my barre classes are different because they truly have the fundamentals of ballet. I've taken barre classes where I was like, why are they calling this a bar class? Like, this is just, why not just call it a fitness class? There's no sense of bar whatsoever, and I'm like, so my bar classes like truly have like a ballet foundation to it, mixed with the Pilates aspect, like core and, all the body weight strengthening. And then plus we add some equipment like ankle weights and stuff like that. But they're truly, I think mine is different because it truly does have like dancer inspired moves. You're going to be doing moves that you probably haven't seen before. Maybe, yeah, of course, we're still going to be doing some functional things like lunges and planks and things. But for the most part, they're not going to be moves that you see every day, Yeah.
I like that when you said like it's for strength and feeling graceful. I've never thought of it, but that is what keeps me coming back. That you do feel so graceful when you're doing Pilates or bar or anything like that.
Yeah, you feel, I think for women too, this is specifically for women, you feel feminine, you feel beautiful. I think women, like all women want to feel beautiful. And I think like I said before, moving that way, moving beautifully is a shortcut way of feeling beautiful. There's different ways, like your clothes, your hair. And then I think movement is a big one too. You can move and feel beautiful.
Yeah. God, I've never thought of it that way, but that's literally like spot on. That's definitely, I feel that. But you founded not just one, but multiple platforms. So in addition to Barre Definition, you founded the Stretchy Fit app and Heal My Gut. So what drives your entrepreneurial spirit and how do you balance business with creativity?
Yeah. So, Stretchy Fit app was the first name of Barre Definition.
Oh, okay.
We rebranded it into Barre Definition. And then Heal My Gut is a gut healing course that my husband and I did before. It used to be like a live coaching. We did that for a couple of years. And then now it's just, you can still buy it like as a course, but we don't do the live coaching anymore. So we just, cause like, I only have time to just focus on Barre Definition.
Yeah.
With Barre Definition, we launched protein. So we just launched our whey protein and our collagen, strength and beauty collagen. And then we also have a whole like ankle weights and all these props and things like that. So I just wanted all my attention and focus to be on Barre Definition. So now we have, I just launched the weight loss guide this last month. And that was exciting because everyone has been asking me for that. So that's a 30-day weight loss plan that's like inside of the Barre Definition app.
Amazing.
Yeah. So there's a lot.
It sounds like those two things kind of go hand in hand though, with the weights and stuff like that. And then the collagen, things like that.
Yeah, no, yeah. So the protein, I show you how to use the protein within the weight loss guide. Like if you want to use the whey protein, because it's a whey protein isolate. So it's really good for like getting extra protein in, especially as you age. And then collagen, of course, is so good for your joints and flexibility and for aging. So they all go hand in hand.
Yeah. Well, I need all those things. So that sounds amazing. But as I mentioned in the intro, you've worked with celebrities like Reese Witherspoon, Kris Jenner, which freaking out, and also Alanis Morissette. So what's it like tailoring fitness for high profile clients?
It was good, it's good experience for me. And I think, they're just like normal people. Like they just want to, except Kris Jenner, she's pretty good type A. Like she's,
oh, really?
Yeah, she's a hard worker. Talk about a hard worker for sure. But they have goals. They want to look good. They want to feel good. They want to feel their best. So that's what the celebrities work out because they know that that's going to make them feel good. It's going to make them look the best. It's going to help everything, their muscles, all of that. So, it's great. I think when you first start out, like working with celebrities, it could be like a little intimidating, but then you realize like, oh no, I'm actually the expert. Like I really know they're coming to me for what I need for what I know, when I can give them. So that was fun. But I don't know. I still really just enjoy like teaching and to my community where it's just like your regular everyday woman, and having like a whole community as opposed to just like one here and one there. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great experience for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. But well, how did you get in touch with all those celebrities? Like, how did that first start?
Just I was training in LA for a long time, and just,
Mm.
just being in Orange County, LA, the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, you talk a lot about transforming your relationship with fitness to focus on joy and empowerment. So what does that transformation look like for someone who's used to like punishing workouts or negative self-talk?
So what do you mean? Like how do
Um,
you make the transition, or what do you mean?
yes. Yeah. Cause I've been in classes where the teachers are more like very not encouraging of taking breaks or like just kind of very yelly. And then when I transitioned to a different class and everyone's encouraging breaks and things like that, it's such a different experience. But I don't know, my husband likes the really intense instructors, I guess. But yeah, so how did you kind of transition your work or tailor your workouts to like the more positive aspect of it?
I think I think that's just what motivates me. It's like when someone's positive and showing me what's possible or reminding me what's possible for myself. Um, that's where I feel positive. I feel inspired.
Mhm.
Um, I don't feel inspired when someone is like critiquing me or like telling me what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
So I just teach like what I would want, you know?
Yeah. Right. No, I like that. Yeah, because I'm also like, if I'm paying $37 for a freaking Pilates class, don't yell at me.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't
Uh,
want to feel like I'm in school, or like I don't want to feel like I'm in trouble. I don't want to
mhm.
feel like that. It's supposed to be fun. Like
Right.
it's supposed to be, it's an enjoyable part of the day. It's like you're there to like feel good. You're not there to like, yeah, get down on yourself.
Right.
I think it's hard enough to like get to the workout, to find the time to carve it out, to get dressed and to show up. And then so I think that's like I always tell my ladies, like, just good job for being here the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, that's how I
Yeah. I
feel.
sometimes feel like just getting there is like the hardest part. Like the class is
That's how
easier than
I
just
feel.
getting
And
there.
then like once
Yeah.
I'm there doing the workout, like that's the easy part. Like
Yeah,
just
exactly.
putting it on my schedule is like so tough.
Yeah. Well, how do you weave mindfulness and alignment into your classes, even when they're maybe fast paced or strength based?
I think it's just my training of being a ballerina. I think I'm just very, very in tune with my body. Like I can really look at a body and know exactly what's going on, like
Uh-huh.
where they're compensating, where they're weak, they could be doing more or less or whatever. So, and I've been training clients like one on one and in classes and in person. I did that for so many years before I started teaching online. So it's like, when I teach, it's like I can already see all the mistakes that people are making in my head.
Yeah.
I already know like what to watch out for when I'm teaching online. So yeah, I think you always have to be mindful of your form, no matter what, whether it's strength or fast or not. Because if you're messing up your form, then yeah, it's
Mhm.
not going to be as effective.
Yeah, I had an injury where I partially tore my Achilles, and when I got recovered, I was still a little bit weak on that side. And the mind body connection, I always hear that term, but that really is a thing. I realized I had been doing the workouts. My form was improper before my injury. And then so I started
Yeah.
redoing it and I was like, oh, I actually feel the burn hitting differently when I'm thinking about my actual muscle rather than just going through the movement without being mindful of it. So it really does help.
Yeah, I mean, and research does show that like when you have mind body connection, that you actually do get a better workout. You can activate the
Really?
muscles like from your mind. Yeah, you actually can. There's like you can build strength faster and things like that.
God, I mean, it makes sense, but it took me like tearing my Achilles to actually figure it out.
I mean,
But
most of us, it always takes something, to get there. Like, unfortunately, that's just, I feel like how humans work. You just have to like make a mistake first or get injured
mhm,
first to like start paying attention.
yeah,
But that's okay.
yeah, I love it. And I've always heard you're supposed to like do a lot of strength training as women for like bone density and things like that. And I love that I don't have to like be doing like the heavy weightlifting in a Pilates bar class. And it's still so much like even just a plank or the different things that they have you do, like in bar when they have you like squat down and hold it or wall sits. I'm like, this is so much harder than lifting a weight.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're still holding your own weight. You're still creating a lot of resistance. And maybe one day you do want to go lift heavy weights, but everything you're doing now to build up that body weight resistance and that form is so important before you start like throwing around some heavy weights too.
Yeah. Right. I always see like husbands or boyfriends coming into a Pilates class and they're just like taking so many breaks. Like, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah. Because you're working like accessory muscles. It's a totally different like endurance of the muscle. And so.
I'm obsessed. Well, is there anything that you would like to shout out for listeners that's coming up in your career? Anything you want them to keep an eye out for?
I feel like we've just gone through like we just like this last month, we launched the weight loss program. We launched the whey protein. So I would say go check out our new whey protein. It's designed for women. It's a whey protein isolate, so it doesn't bloat you. It helps it digest really well. It's low in sugar, low lactose. So I formulated it specifically to be, delicious in your smoothies and recipes and for women. Great for weight loss goals. And then also our collagen too, which tastes amazing. We have a chocolate and unflavored. So we just launched those. And so you can find that everything's on barredefinition.com.
Perfect. Well, we're coming to the end of our time, but before I let you go, I have 3 final questions for you that we call the Thoughtful 3. So first, what is something that you wish you had known when you were first starting out as an entrepreneur?
I would say to just always believe in yourself. Like that's always what it comes down to, especially now that I'm a mother too. And I'm like, if I can just teach her one thing, it's the one thing is going to be to believe in herself, to like whatever I can do so that she feels confident in every choice that she makes and who she is. I'm like, that's just like what it all comes down to.
Oh, I love that. Well, you're incredibly inspiring. So I'm sure that that's already being instilled. Well, what characteristics do you feel helped you succeed?
I think I'm pretty determined. Once I set my mind to something, I do it. Like if I make a to-do list, like I do it. Like when I hear people say like, oh, I just never got around to it. I'm like, how? If you write it down, like just do it, like,
Yeah, that's me. I have like a to-do list in my notes app and also in my planner, and it's my favorite.
Yeah. I don't know. I just do it. I just write it down and I do it.
Yeah.
I think that's like literally like how you succeed. You just like make a list of what you need to do to achieve it. And you just go down the list.
Yeah. Right. And then lastly, what have you learned in terms of how to navigate challenges?
I mean, challenges are definitely tricky because it can sometimes make you feel like you can put other meaning to it. Like, oh, I'm not meant for this, or I'm not good enough. You can put all these stories around it. But I think once you start to realize like, oh, everyone who is successful had challenges. Everyone who is anybody had challenges. And it's really about like I said, like who can keep it going, who can overcome these challenges and stick with your goals. Challenges is just an opportunity for you it's probably like pointing out something, a blind spot or something for yourself, or maybe it's, a chance for you to do something differently. But sometimes it can feel like, oh, I'm failing, or, you feel alone because usually you only see people's success. But so challenges are tricky, but you got to just keep pushing through.
Yeah, definitely. Well, honestly, I love the nugget I'm taking away from this is that you said the people that are most successful have been doing it, stuck with it the longest. So I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate your time. It was so fun getting to talk with you. I feel so inspired, and I'm definitely going to be taking one of your classes soon.
Cool. Thank you, Chelsea. It was so fun talking with you as well. Thanks for having me.
Of course.